First up, let's talk about the real-world problem, waiting for a fix.
Imagine this scenario, di ba? Tumawag ka sa internet o cable provider mo para magpa-repair kasi nawalan ka ng connection. Sabi nila sa'yo, Sir, the earliest is 10 working days from today. At pupunta ang technician natin anytime between 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. Fast forward 10 days, nag-leave ka pa sa trabaho mo, naghintay ka buong araw. Tapos either hindi sumupot yung technician o dumating lagpas alas 5 na. Sobrang hassle. Yan yung nasa left side. Ngayon, tingnan natin yung nasa right side. Paano kung sinabi nila, Sir, pupunta ang technician bukas exactly between 8 a.m. to 8:30 a.m. At kinabukasan, 8 a.m. sharp, nandun na siya. Walang nasayang na oras, that in a nutshell is the standard of Six Sigma. Yan ang klaseng perfection na gusto nating ma-achieve.
Moving on to Section 2, Six Sigma defined, 3 core pillars.
So ano nga ba talaga ang Six Sigma kapag hinimay natin? Simply put, it's a project-based approach na nakadesign para mag-improve ng dalawang bagay, effectiveness and efficiency. Discipline dito, customer-focused at higit sa lahat, data-driven. Now, let's clarify those two terms. Pag sinabi nating effectiveness, ibig sabihin ginagawa nyo yung tamang bagay para sa customer. You are hitting the target. Pag sinabi namang efficiency, ginagawa nyo yung bagay na yon sa tamang paraan na walang nasasayang na oras o pera. And watch out for this common mistake. Minsan, ang bilis-bilis ka nating gumawa, efficient tayo, pero mali naman yung ginagawa natin sa client. Hindi effective. Kailangan sabay yan. And structurally, Six Sigma represents 3 main pillars at once. Isa siyang philosophy, isa siyang performance metric, at isa siyang methodology.
Let's unpack the very first pillar, the philosophy, prevention versus detection.
Notice the fundamental mindset shift here. Mula sa pagiging reactive, papunta sa pagiging proactive. Sa traditional na setup kasi, reactive tayo, di ba? Hinihintay nating magka-error yung produkto o magalit yung customer, tapos didetect natin kung ano yung mali, tsaka natin naayusin. Purely detection-based. Ang laking sayang sa oras at resources kapag ganyan. Dito pumapasok ang Six Sigma philosophy. Proactive at prevention-based tayo. We strive for perfection by setting up our processes so well na hindi pa man nangyayari yung mali, napigilan na natin. Preventing mistakes before they even hit the customer's hands. Why does this matter? Kasi fixing a mistake after it happens is always more expensive than preventing it.
Next up, the second pillar, the performance metric, near perfection.
I want you to look at this number, 3.4. Kung i-define natin ang Six Sigma bilang isang performance metric, we are talking about a level of quality that is literally near perfection. Ibig sabihin, nag-strive tayo for a defect level na no more than 3.4 parts per million opportunities, or in Six Sigma terms, DPMO. Isipin nyo yan, sa 1 milyong transaksyon sa bangko o 1 milyong produktong ginawa sa factory, 3.5 lang ang pwedeng maging palpak. Sounds impossible? Actually, no. Ganyan kataas ang standard ng mga world-class companies. Ngayon, baka nagtatanong kayo, bakit ba siya tinawag na Six Sigma? Ano ba yung Sigma? Well, Sigma is simply a Greek alphabet letter na ginagamit sa statistics to represent standard deviation. Sa pinakamadaling salita, it is a measure of variation. Kapag malaki ang variation ng proseso nyo, minsan mabilis kayong mag-deliver, minsan sobrang bagal, minsan masarap yung pagkain, minsan matabang. Inconsistent. Sa Six Sigma, we absolutely hate variation. Gusto natin pantay-pantay, predictable, at consistent ang quality na nakukuha ng customer natin every single time.
So the crucial takeaway here is this. Kapag ang proseso mo ay nasa Six Sigma level na, it is a highly consistent process with very little variation. Imagine a bell curve. Dahil sobrang liit ng variation mo, kasya ang 6 na standard deviations or 6 sigmas mula doon sa average performance mo papunta doon sa nearest specification limit na acceptable sa customer. Dahil dyan, yung probability na lumagpas ka sa limit at magka-defect ay sobrang liit na. It drops to exactly 3.4 parts per million or less. That is the math behind the magic.
Now for the third pillar, and this is where the real work happens, the DMAIC methodology, a prescriptive approach.
Ito yung step-by-step methodology na ginagamit ng mga teams para ma-achieve yung near perfection na pinag-uusapan natin. The acronym is DMAIC. It stands for its 5 phases: define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. Let's break this down further. Phase 1 is define. Dito, inaalam mo muna sino ba ang customer natin at ano exactly yung problema. Ano yung gusto nilang mangyari? Phase 2 is measure. Dito pumapasok ang data gathering.
Gaano ba talaga kalala ang problema? We get a baseline. Wala munang hula-hula. Phase 3 is analyze. Using that data, aalamin natin yung root cause. Bakit nga ba nadidelay ang process natin? Phase 4 is improve. Dito pa lang tayo gagawa at mag-i-implement ng solusyon para patayin yung root cause na na-identify natin. And Phase 5 is control. Paano natin masisustain itong improvement na ito para 3 months from now, hindi tayo babalik sa dating bulok na sistema?
Because DMIC is a prescriptive approach, you have to follow the flow. Define, then measure, then analyze, then improve, then control. You cannot skip steps. Ang isang common mistake na maraming kumpanya, may problema sila, nag-define lang ng konti tapos talon agad sa improve. Solution agad. No data, no analysis. Gut feel lang. Ang ending, hindi na-solve yung tunay na root cause. This methodology forces your team to focus on data analysis para ma-diagnose exactly kung anong mali at ma-improve kung ano talaga ang importante sa mga customers ninyo.
Let's move to our final section, real-world applications and industry results.
Siguro iniisip ninyo ngayon, Coach, pang-manufacturing lang siguro ito sa mga factory sa Laguna o Cavite. Let me stop you right there. I've seen Six Sigma methodologies completely transform various local industries. Sa mga hospitals natin dito sa Metro Manila, ginagamit ang DMAIC para ma-reduce yung makaka-frustrate na patient wait time sa emergency room. Sa manufacturing, classic example yan, maximizing efficiency and minimizing product defects bago mama-ship out sa mga stores. Sa industriya ng BPO, heavily used ito sa billing operations, cutting down dispute hours and making sure tama ang nai-invoice sa clients. At sa hospitality, like hotels, ginagamit ito para mapabilis ang check-in process para pagod man yung guest, smooth ang experience nila. Why this matters to you? Dahil kapag in-apply nyo ito, hindi lang nakakatipid ang kumpanya ninyo, mas sumasaya pa ang inyong mga customers. Win-win.